My countrymen, good evening. I am now addressing the nation together with the civilian, military, and police sectors, the organizations that would count in our enforcement of the laws to protect the people of the Republic of the Philippines. Pardon my broken Tagalog, pero sa mga kababayan ko, kayo, ako, do not panic. Huwag kayo masyadong may stress na parang hindi mo na magawa ang gusto mong gawin. Pwede pa rin, pero may restrictions tayo. May mga kondisyon dahil nga sa crisis. The crisis is very, very clear. COVID-19 is spreading all throughout the country, including the Philippines. Ang ano natin dito is there is no cure. Wala naman tayong mabili sa mga butika, pharmacy to buy the medicines to cure COVID-19. It's a virus. Ang panglaban lang natin dyan yung katawan natin na medyo in good health, na walang sakit. Yung medyo may mahina, make yourself healthier by whatever means, maybe food, vitamins, but most of all, try to obey what government is suggesting or ordering you to do. Huwag kayong matakot, huwag kayong manervyos, pero wala pang sabi ko mga antidote nito. It would only come in a form of a vaccine. Kagaya ng kagating kayo ng aso, tapos there is the tawag nilang rabies or rabies, if you may, pang-away. Sarili rin niyang it's a form of their germs, mutate lang to fight, to warm our bodies, magbigay ng signal sa katawan natin na merong mga germs na pumapasok sa katawan mo, and the only way to fight it is to yung mga sundalo na tawag nila antibodies, yung pang-away mo sa mga madudumi, mga kagaw, germs, sila yung ma-alert at sila yung papatay ng virus. But until now, wala pa ho yan. So, nandyan na yan. It's a serious one. It is true. Huwag ninyong maliitin. Do not minimize it. I said, but do not kill yourself with worry, because government is doing everything possible to make it at least controllable. But kung kayo po ay mag-cooperate, pag hindi kayo na-cooperate, the problem would start. And it would start with you and end with you pagka ganon. So, yung mga sinasabi na social distancing, sundin lang po ninyo. At yung mga binibigay na well ahead ng Department of Health, sundin ho ninyo kung anong sinasabi ng mga doktor, kasi sila po ang marunong niyan. Ang military, ako, lahat, na hindi doktor, walang alam, wala kaming maitulong sa inyo. It's only the medical people and medical experts who can help us. So listen to them. Dito sa atin, it's Secretary Doke, and Secretary Doke would articulate kung anong nalaman niya, anong bago na pumasok na impormasyon, and he would tell us what to do. So it's very important to give credence to what he says. Ang importante niyan, sumunod kayo, at meron ho kaming itong task force, interagency to, kasali na ang military pati pulis, kasi kailangan namin ang tulong nila kung sakali man lalala talaga to. Maybe this would create a public disturbance, disorder, but tingin ko hanggang dyan lang naman kasi, I know that you want to follow because you want to help everybody, including yourself and your family. Meron ho kaming resolution ngayon, but maybe I will convert this into an executive order para masunod talaga lahat. Ang sinabi dito, ang una, ang resolution is yung a province quarantine is advised when there are at least 2 positive COVID-19 cases belonging to different municipalities, component cities, or independent component cities in the same province. Ito ng national capital ng isang probinsya. Yun ang definition kung ano yan. Ito namang LGUs which have imposed community quarantine in the respective jurisdiction upon the declaration of the state of calamity shall be allowed to access the relief response. Ang ibig sabihin ho, yung ano ninyo sa probinsya ninyo which you have prepared can now be utilized to the fullest with the help of the national government. Itong isa, work in the executive department. Yung departamento ko, yung akin, kasi tatlo yan. Department, ang executive department, ako. Then, Congress is another department. Independent to yan. Hindi kailangan sumunod yan. May sarili sila kung gusto nila. And the other department actually is the judiciary. Magkaiba kami, pero tingin ko, ang mga trabahante sa lahat sa gobyerno na may alam kung anong mga bagay, public works, tourism, nandito sa departamento ko. Yung public health, nandito sa akin, so sila yung inutusan kong mag-aral at ito nga yung mga resulta namin. So, work in the executive department shall be suspended during this period. Walang trabaho, suspended sila, walang pumasok, without prejudice to the formation of skeletal workforces of government by government agencies in order to maintain the unimpeded delivery of services to the public. Ibig sabihin, sa mga opisina, nasyonal, walang trabaho, pero may mga skeletal, yung mga few employees, volunteer or selected na sila ang muna command the fort, ika nga, sila yung papatakbo ng departamento, but with a reduced workforce. Ito namang flexible work arrangement shall likewise be encouraged in the private sector. The Department of Labor and Employment and the Department of Trade and Industry shall issue guidelines to safeguard the welfare of workers. all manufacturing, retail, and service establishments are advised to remain in operation during said period, provided that strict social distancing measures are required to be observed by the respective management. Ibig kong sabihin sa pribado, labas sa gobyerno, ang trabaho tuloy-tuloy, pero ganun rin, reduce, ang skeletal pa medyo ano lang, yung pinili lang, at yung walang mga sakit, magtatrabaho sila. But ang may-ari ng factory o anong klaseng negosyo mo, warehouse, see to it that they are taken care of by their mga management. Huwag ninyong hayaan ang mga trabahante ninyo. Mass public transports, including the light rail transits, the Metro Rail Transit, and the Philippine National Railways shall continue in operation. Tuloy-tuloy ho ang trabaho ninyo, provided the Department of Transportation shall issue guidelines to ensure social distancing in said public transport. Ibig sabihin, tuloy-tuloy ang trabaho ninyo, pero ang social distancing, yung distansya mo to the other fellow, medyo malayo. Kasi pag nag-ubo siya o umatching, at least yung germs niya hanggang doon lang, hindi niya maipasa because there is the distance. Kaya it behooves upon the transportation department to come up with the guidelines based on what the health department orders. Lahat dito po, ang pinaka-importante, pinakatigas, ika nga, ang Department of Health. Kung ano man ang gagawin natin, kung anong iutos nila para sa atin, susundin talaga natin. Hindi ako, kung hindi si Dr. Doke ng DOH. Land, domestic air, and domestic sea travel to and from Metro Manila shall be suspended beginning 15, 2020, March 15, 2020, and to end on April 14, 2020 sa alas 12, subject to the daily review by the Interagency Task Force. So, walang lumipad, ang mga travel is limited, pero itong mga railways sa baba, okay yan. At the same time, observe again social distancing. Pero sa aeroplano po, beginning March 15, 2020, March 13 tayo ngayon? 12. Oh. March 15, midnight, from, it takes its force and effect. So, tandaan ho ninyo yan. Pero subject again to review day to day. Tingnan namin kung ano ang nangyayari. Kung if there is a slowdown in the contagion or ganun yan medyo mawala lang ng kanya, that is the history of itong mga sakit na ito. They come and go in every 2 or 3 generations. Meron talagang problema itong binigay sa atin at wala tayong magawa, ito yung talagang trabaho nila. The Code Alert System of COVID-19 Public Health Event is hereby raised to Code Red Sublevel 2. The Department of Health has to explain to the public itong wherewithals ng Code Red Sublevel 2, I think, which is the highest sa prescribed ng WHO. Medyo nandito na tayo sa maximum. And it is really for the protection of humanity. The recommendations of the Department of Health Technical Advisory Group in imposing stringent social distancing measure in the National Capital Region are adopted for a period of 30 days from the issuance of this resolution, with salient points, yung mga importante, of which are as follows. Yung mga importante na nakalagay doon sa social distancing measures. The suspension of classes in all levels in Metro Manila is hereby extended until April 12, 2020. It's almost about a month. Ngayon, so walang klase, pwede kayong magbakasyon dyan lang sa bahay. Avoid, I'm sure may mga bagay-bagay dyan sa bahay na hindi pa ninyo nakita. If I were a student, estudyante ma rin ako noon, I would avoid yung mga bar, ano dyan, mga nightclub, maraming tao, where people congregate, tapos nandyan malapit kayo. Mag-ubo yung isa, mapasa niya. Pag nakuha mo, nag-ubo ka, pasa mo rin doon sa kabila. So try to avoid people, crowds. Yun, for your own protection. Huwag kang, may mga tao kasi na magsabi, wala yan. Kung patay ka, patay. Tama. Pero kung patay ka rin talaga. Wala rin tayong magawa. So, kaawa naman ang nanay pati tatay ninyo. So, better just stay within the premises of the house. If I were you, alam ko na kung anong gawin ninyo. Bili kayo ng cellphone na marami. Wala naman kayong ginawa kung hindi magtulbok-tulbok rin dyan eh. I mean, everywhere that I look. Dito sa walang pakialam ang tao. Sige, nandoon na sa cellphone. So, we are reduced to a one village. Mas malapit. Instead of talking, you have your cellphone. And that is a benefit which was not given us during our time. Number one, the suspension of classes in all levels in Metro Manila is hereby extended until 2012-2020, provided that all students shall continue to fulfill their educational requirements during said period. Anong ibig sabihin? Kung wala kang magawa, sabi ng gobyerno, mag-aral ka. Pero ito, hindi ko inaasahan susunod din ninyo. Ang sigurado ako, yung kamay ninyo, nandyan sa cellphone yan, instead of studying. I'm sure of it. But for you guys who really want to improve your lot, you better make use of the time to study. Because, alam mo, mga anak, kayo mga bata, kayo yung mamatay na hindi makalabas ng bahay. then you make all sorts of excuses. But you know, there will be truant officers. Alam mo ang truant? Yan it's an American practice. Pag makita ka sa labas, pasakay sa palaboy-laboy ka lang dyan, wala kang ginagawa, sisigaw-sigaw kayo, lalapitan kayo ng pulis pati military, tatanungin kayo, then you have a problem. Pag sinabi mo na wala, nandito lang kami sa labas, and then, maybe, if you are arrogant, nadadalhin ka sa station for record purposes. That you are disobeying, that you are intransigent, and that you are not fulfilling your duty. Alam mo, baski na there are a set of rules governing the responsibilities of a Filipino citizen. Baka hindi nyo alam yan. Meron yan. So, you have duties to perform also. Avoid trouble with the law, avoid trouble with anybody, just in the meantime, follow. Better just stay home and study. That is my advice. Pero kung ayaw ninyong sundin, you stick with your cellphone, ang gagraduate niyan, ang cellphone mo, hindi ikaw. Wala tayong magawa. Mass gatherings defined as a planned or spontaneous event where the number of people attending could strain the planning and response resources of the community hosting the event shall be prohibited during said period. Yung magplano, whether nakaplano kayo na mag-meeting o may rally, either naplano na ninyo, spontaneous na, sige, mag-ano tayo, gawin ito natin, total, wala na rin tayong gawin, ganito na ang magsayawan na lang tayo. You know, I do not want anybody interfering in your enjoyment as a citizen of this republic. Ayaw ko na masita kayo ng police pati military. It could be messy. Kasi yung iba sa inyo suplado, and itong mga police pati military, they have their orders to enforce. So that if you are in this category of a grupo kayo tapos magmalapit, yung social distancing is no longer obeyed, and you are violating the rules, and if you insist, it is one of a just mere confrontation to something like disobedience, which is punishable under the revised penal code. Kung makipag-away ka, it becomes baka masuntok mo then it becomes an assault on an agent of a person in authority. In which case, from a simple violation of a rule, it will now ripen into a crime that is punishable by law. And you can go to prison. That's the problem. Ayaw ko. Ayaw ko na masita kayo ng military pati police. But ako sa inyo, if you are advised, just obey. Wala namang mawala sa inyo. Total sa inyo yan eh. It's for your own good. Hindi naman ito para sa amin. Kung I hate it, but you have to do it because there is a crisis that is engulfing the country right now. Community quarantine is hereby imposed in the entire of Metro Manila and In other areas, the LGUs are advised to abide by the following guidelines, imposing localized community quarantine in the respective jurisdiction. For Manila, may ayaw namin gamitin yan, pero kasi takot kayo sabihin lockdown. But it's a lockdown. There is no struggle of power here. Walang away dito, walang gera. It's just a matter of protecting and defending you from COVID-19. That's about it. It has nothing to do with the power of the military or the power of the police, nor or my power of this guys beside me. Hindi yan. It's not an issue of, it's just an issue of protecting public interest and public health. Yun lang. A barangay-wide quarantine is advised when at least 2 positive COVID-19 cases belonging to different households in the same barangay. Kung sa isang barangay may 2 na infected, medyo i-quarantine na ninyo yung barangay ninyo. Itong problema sa 2, sabihin na it behoves on the barangay captain actually. The barangay captain is under the administrative code is a person in authority. That's why kung makipagsuntukan ka ng barangay captain because he is enforcing the law o awayin mo, pareho ang kasalanan mo kung lumaban ka sa pulis or sa person in authority. Mabigat ang barangay captain and teachers also. Teachers, because of the nature of their work, are persons in authority because they are made so by the law itself to give them the stature in relation to the work of trying to mold and teach the Filipino students. Kaya ang teacher rin, kung utosan ka, sunod ka, pareho sa barangay captain. Now, if the barangay captain would ask the teachers to help in the enforcement, you better obey because they are in the exercise of teaching the persons there of the barangay of the dangers is part of their work. Then you have a municipality citywide quarantine is advised when at least 2 positive COVID-19 cases belonging to different barangays in the same municipality. Kung sa munisipyo kayo, tapos isang barangay dyan, may 2 na tinamaan ng COVID-19, diagnosed to have COVID-19 infection, magka-quarantine na rin kayo. And, before I forget, I do not have enough soldiers and policemen to cover all over every inch of the country. Kulang ako. Meron ako na magamit ko ang barangay captain. Ang barangay captain is bound by what is written here, whether by way of rules implementing in the meantime or if it becomes part of an executive order. You better implement this because if not, then you will also go to prison for dereliction of duty or simply not enforcing a rule imposed by government. ang pinaka ano dito yung mga barangay captains. It falls upon your shoulders to exactly do what this regulation wants to happen. Huwag kayong magkamali dito kasi pag hinabol kayo ng Department of Interior and Local Government, you can be dismissed or you can be suspended and you'll have trouble. And besides, I think the electorate will remember you for being a laggard.
Third page pa, nabasa mo na yun.
Son.
Continue after atong subscriber.
Kita mo si Senator Go. Siya lang ang working hard talaga. Yan ang public official. Really. Especially the barangay captains and the kagawads. No, you have been elected there. You sought the position. Hindi naman tayo. Pinili natin to eh. Nobody ordered us for us to be to where we find ourselves now. At tapos tatamad-tamarang ka. That's not the way how to do it. One is you go to, if there's a case, a good case against you, you lose the position and you are dismissed. And maybe in the worst case scenario, you'll go to jail. Better be always be reminded of that duty. Pinili mo yan, huwag kang magtamad-tamaran kasi matatamaan ka. Ginusto mo yung posisyon, magtrabaho ka. The aforesaid measures shall be subject to close monitoring and reassessment after the expiration of 7 days from the issuance of this resolution. You know, we will review. I have imposed upon the cabinet members and the entire members of this task force to be present every day. I know that it is hard for them. It is really an imposition. It's quite maybe a burden. But ganun rin ang sinabi ko sa kanila. Nandito tayo sa gobyerno. You choose to be a part of government. And there is a crisis with no solution in sight. Walang solution. Unless there is a vaccine by the grace of God na may makita o maimbento ng ating mga scientists. It could be the Philippines for all you know. But I'm just telling you what you're supposed to do. Ang isa is the LGU outside of the National Capital Region, yung labas ng Metro Manila, are advised to exercise sound discretion in suspending classes in the respective localities without prejudice to a determination by the national government to suspend classes if the situation so warrants. So, ang LGUs, may kunting leeway, and just a little elbow room para makagalaw kayo to respond to the crisis in the community. But it does not allow you to suspend classes on trivial and for, stupid reasons. It is only done because you have to protect them from the COVID-19. Yan lang talaga. Do not do it just to please everybody. Or sa bagay, I have full faith and confidence in our supervisors, teachers. I'm just saying that please do not do it the way others would want it to happen. Mas maganda yung walang klase, walang ganon. Wag mong gawin yan because in the following statements, the Philippine National Police and the Armed Forces of the Philippines, in coordination with the Interagency Task Force, shall be called upon to ensure effective and orderly implementation of the above measures. Hindi ito martial law. It is not a martial law. It's not even something extraordinary. But what is sought to be solved here is again, walang iba except to fight the virus and to exact compliance. Mas mabuti talaga yung maniwala kayo. Now, ang sunod, a meeting shall be conducted daily by and between the secretaries of the number of agencies of the IATF, that is the Interagency Task Force, sa COVID, including the Cabinet Secretary, Secretaries of National Defense, Environment, and Natural Resources, Trade and Industry, Social Welfare and Development, Education, Agriculture, the Chiefs of Staff of the Armed Forces of the Philippine Navy, Philippine Air Force, and Coast Guard, because in a total breakdown, I would need their help to carry on with the governance. Kailangan ko sila. Not to fight with you guys. Huwag kayong matakot sa sundalo ninyo. Sundalo ninyo yan. Ang armed forces is there to serve you. Sila yung sundalo ninyo. So huwag kayong matakot kung nandyan sila sa utos ng mga civilian authorities. Yung mag-utos sa amin, Department of Health Secretary lang naman . So, but when he says to the military and the police, you have to implement this. Obey them because they have the imprimatur of the civilian authorities. Huwag kayong do not try to play with martial law, military, and then. Pero ang sa totoo, ni total breakdown, public disturbance, alang-alang kami ang iharap mo, wala namang kaming, it's always the military who keep things in the country in order. Sila yan. Titingnan nila na everything is in order every day of their working days. Tingnan nila na ang Pilipinas safe at gumagana ang lahat ng mga tao, pati mga opisina. The balik manggagawa overseas Filipino workers shall be allowed to travel to mainland China except to Hubei province upon execution of a declaration signifying their knowledge and understanding of the risk involved, provided that the health advisory pamphlet shall be handed out to the OFW upon departure. Hindi nga . Not only pamphlet, baka hindi mo basahin. You will be gathered in one corner or in one room, one corner, at sabihin sa inyo ang mga, I don't know if it's a Tagalog or Bisaya, mga risgo, the risks that you will be taking when you go back to China. But China President Xi Jinping, for all of his goodness to us, wrote me a letter and said that he is willing to help. All we have to do is to ask. Ako, ang tingin ko, maybe there will be a time if things deteriorate that I have to call on China to help. He has said that they have managed the crisis very well in this country, and he is very much willing to help kung kailangan. So, to the Chinese government, to the people, especially to President Xi Jinping, thank you for the consoling words, and maybe, I hope it would not reach to that point, but maybe we will need your help. Salamat po. The entry travel restriction shall be imposed upon those traveling from countries with localized COVID-19 transmission, except for Filipino citizens, including their foreign spouse and children, if any. Holders of permanent resident visa, remember, Filipino, walang problema. Holders of permanent resident visa and holders of diplomatic visas issued by the Philippine government. Yung travel dito ang gustong pumunta, hindi tatanggapin, lalo na kung yung bayan nila has ordered a restriction sa travel. Mismo yung bayan nila hindi pumayag na mag-travel sila tapos pupunta sila dito, hindi rin natin sila tanggapin. But, ang Pilipino, pati yung pamilya niya, because they are Filipinos and this is their country, they are very much welcome to come back. Lalo na sa panahong ito, if they want a more secure, comfortable place. Now, with regards to itong mga diplomat, hindi naman kailangan papasukin yan sila. Total, kung sabihin lang rin sa kanila, huwag kayong lumabas dyan sa embassy ninyo. Huwag kayo magpasyal-pasyal, dyan lang kayo. Kasi baka kayo pa ang magdala ng sakit ng ulo sa aking bayan. I don't mind Filipinos giving me a headache, but I certainly do not want anybody other than Filipinos to be giving me headaches. So, yan ang yun ho ang maibigay ko sa inyo na payo. You might, sometimes it's a convoluted thing to listen, pabalik-balik. Ang simple lang yan. The purpose to protect and defend you. From what? From COVID-19. Then what is the purpose of government? The purpose of government is see to it that things are in order. To do that, if things deteriorate, I said, the military and the police will maintain order. Kaya nga tawag niyan, peace and order. There has to be a peace, and that peace, nakalagay na, orderly. There must be order in the country, and that is all. The purpose is to, I said, guard your well, sumunod lang kayo, lahat ng bayan ng buong mundo nauna pa sa atin. Tayo tinitignan lang kasi mabilis sa kanila. In Italy, it's 1,000 a day sila ang pasa ng contagion. Dito sa atin, medyo maliit pa. Pero numbers in a crisis can be, cruel. But overnight, makita mo, meron ng talagang mabilis na. So what we are trying to control is people with COVID na tapos yung ilayo natin yung healthy ones, sila yung i-target natin, not for anything but for their own good. They will be asked to maybe go to the hospital and seek treatment. Yung mga test ng test diyan sa para sa kung may infection ka o hindi. Libre yan. Libre, no? Libre, walang bayad. Wag naman kung healthy ka, no need. But if you are experiencing ubo, itong na ubo, tapos pag ubo mo, masakit yung likod mo, the lungs. Ang lungs mo ang titirahin dyan eh. And if it's too late, hindi na kaya ng antibiotics yan. It starts with a virus. The virus weakens your body. And it weakens your body, lahat na papasok, then it will kill you. Putang ina itong virus na ito, walang ginawa, ganun. Papasok sa katawan mo yan, just like AIDS, makes you weak, then it allows other germs to come into your body, and you get sick, usually pneumonia yan. And it's virulent, so seek treatment as soon as possible. But we are here to serve you, and every day we are meeting and in contact with the rest of the country. Meron tayong struktura. The structure really, people are asking, what is your preparation? What's the structure? My God, yung structure natin is itong health. Meron yan silang regional all over. Then meron yung city health, provincial health. But yung national, yun yung mga regional health centers. They are already well equipped and nag-aral na yan kung ano ang gawin nila. There is the structure. So, sumunod lang tayo at hiningi ko sa inyo kunting pasensya lang. It's for your own good. Para sa akin, kung ayaw mo na, baka ako ang mamatay, hindi ka maawa sa akin dahil sa kalokohan mo, ayaw mong sumunod. So, let's help each other at this time of our life because everything is placed in jeopardy. Delikado talaga. Totoo ito, crisis talaga ito. Kasi walang gamot. Okay? Salamat po. Thank you for listening.